Hi, this is Nick. It's April 14. It's 10 past 9 p.m. in the Netherlands, Central European time. We take a look at the markets, the most important cryptocurrencies, as well as the development of Bitcoin. Here, the market, we see Bitcoin up nearly 2%, Ethereum up nearly 2%, Ripple down 1.5%, EOS down 4%, Tron up nearly 4%, Litecoin up 1%, Bitcoin Cash down 1/4, Qtum down up 3/4, and Ethereum Classic up more than 3%. So it seems that the market is really recovering from its lows, and the reason for that is, I think one of the main factors for that is Bitcoin and what happened to Bitcoin. On April 12th, Bitcoin was around 6,800, and all of a sudden we saw this enormous jump up, or enormous, $1,000 jump up, but it's not step by step, it's a one-time jump up. And that's probably been caused by this. Here we see from August last year to September this year, August, September last year to April this year. And a short position means that you sell something you do not have in the expectation that you can buy it back later on. So you borrow some Bitcoin from somebody, a bank or some other institution or whoever, and you sell it in the expectation that you can buy it back at a lower price. So you sell it at, say, 10,000.
You expect it to go down to 6 and you buy it back at 6, and then you have a nice profit. We see this short positions are really, it's a really volatile chart, and that probably also explains the volatility of Bitcoin in the last couple of months. Here also we see these jumps up and down. Cannot really see right now if they coincide, but it really looks like it, that these short positions have something to do with the manipulation of the market. I mean, the market jumped up and down, and you know what these big like hedge funds do, they sell, so they push the price down and to buy at a lower level. But what happened 2 days ago was, you see that these Bitcoin short position was at an all-time high. And then all of a sudden, when the short position becomes too big and the price moves up, then the deficit becomes too large. So if you think the price will go down, but then instead of it goes up, then you have to buy it back at a higher price. It means you lose a lot of money. So the lending parties, whoever that was, decided to liquidate the position and liquidate the position to and that means liquidate a short position means you have to buy Bitcoin. And that's what happened here. The jump, which coincides with the downward movement in the short chart, it jumped up to 7,800. And after that, you see that the Bitcoin price gradually moves up. It's a positive impulse for the Bitcoin price, and thereby also for the whole market, because it means that that there's a lesser expectation that the Bitcoin price will go down, and there's less downward pressure on the coin, and the chance that the Bitcoin will move slowly upwards has increased. We see the 1 month charts that we've broken out of a downward trend. In a 3 month chart, we have broken out of this downward trend, and even at the 6 month chart, you could say that, I mean, it's hard to see the way I do it now, but it looks like we've broken out of this long-term downward trend, which would be a very positive impulse and a positive sign, because when Bitcoin moves up, the whole market moves up. And also the 312 billion looks great. It was about 255 all the time, and then when we look at Firstcoin, we see a different picture, because Firstcoin
Firstcoin has made a different move. First of all, today we see the price somewhere between 9 and 10 cents. It looked like it was stable around 10 cents. It looked like it had a bottom of 9 cents. It moved up a little bit to 11, stabilized there, and then it fell back to 9 cents. And when it fell through that support level of 9 cents, then it fell back to 6 cents. Now it's recovered a bit from that, back to 8, and now we're 8.5. When we look at the 7-day chart, then I was saying 2 days ago that this support line, together with this flag and even with this W with a higher low in the second leg, meant that the chance that it would break out upwards was higher than the chance it would go down. But unfortunately, the other thing happened. It's technical analysis is never 100% a prediction, as you can see. It stabilized around 12 cents. It fell back to 10 cents, which seems to have some people have lost the confidence in it, and they, of course, in the first reaction, then people, there was some buying, people then creating a more position or bought some, but then the people that lost confidence then clearly started to sell, and then when it dropped to his 9 cents support level, it went all the way down to 6. Now we see that 6 is one of the support levels, the other one is 5. It looks like it's jumped back from its support level at 6 cents and it's moving back upwards again, but clearly this is not a positive sign. We have to be very clear that you can see there's a downward trend here now, and it has to move and it has to break out through this resistance at around, this is around 11 cents, before we can see we can say there's an upward movement again. It's a pity, but it might also be mean that there's a retesting of its support levels around 6 cents, and that it makes that support level stronger for now. As for the volume, we can see it here too, that looks okay, and we see that we really need more volume for the price to go up. Here is a doubling of volume, 160 to 320, 300, but when the volume stays away, when buyers stay out of the market, of course, then the price goes down, as it did here as well. Around 8 cents. That looks okay, but as for now, we have to wait and see whether the coin is strong enough to resume its upward movement. We have to wait and see, and we hope that the company will come with some positive news one of these days to support the price of Bitcoin. I still think it's not financial. Do your own research
is clearly a very it's a risky market and a risky investment, but also one with lots of potential. Because if you buy a package right now, you get an awful lot of coins for $1 or for $10 or $100 or $300 or even more, which means that if the price would go up, you make a huge profit. But again, you have to make your own decision whether it's something you feel okay with. As for now, this is what we have right now. Firstcoin is at 8.7 cents and it's going back up from its low at 6 cents, and we have to wait and see. Thank you for your attention, and I will cover the development either tomorrow or the day after.